Over de geschiedenis van Antwerpen valt veel te vertellen. Daarom maakt de Fans of Flanders een driedelige reeks over de opkomst en de val van de stad. Deze week deel 2, waarin het van kwaad naar erger gaat met de koekenstad.
During a hot summer in 1566, things would go horribly wrong between the Low Countries and their king, Philip II of Spain. And you know, sometimes, in your arrogance, you bite off more than you can chew. Come along and listen. This cathedral was one of the crime scenes. What happened? Well, Philip II of Spain started a fanatical religious persecution. When the nobles of these 17 provinces complained to the governor, persecutions were softened. Well, this caused a boom of Protestantism in these Low Countries, and Protestant ministers started stirring up the public. And then, in August, during this hot summer of 1566, all hell broke loose. In an uprising that is known as the Beeldenstorm, people started to demolish and pillage the property of Catholic churches. The heart of this Beeldenstorm was situated in the county of Flanders, but it took only 10 days for it to reach Antwerp. Since Philip II considered himself a faithful son of the Catholic Church, he responded very harshly. He sent in a new governor called the Duke of Alva. Judging by this guy's nickname, the Iron Duke, it was pretty clear that Philip had repression on his mind. He raised new taxes and created a special court to deal with these disloyal revolters and Protestants, the Bloedraad, or Court of Blood. War was inevitable. William of Orange gathered his troops and invaded the 17 provinces. Many cities joined the revolt against Alva. And Philip II of Spain? He decided it was probably time for a more gentle approach and recalled Alva and sent in the more subtle governor, Requesens. In 1575, Spain was financially bankrupt. Soldiers in these regions hadn't received payment for over 2.5 years, so mutiny was imminent and soldiers started pillaging. But on the 4th of November 1576, this was the starting point of what is now called the Spaanse Fury or Spanish Fury. Soldiers sacked the city, killing 8,000 people, and over 1,000 buildings went up in flames. 8,000 people! Four days later, the rebels reacted with the pacification of Ghent. In this document, they proclaimed the unity of the rebels in their resistance against Spanish rule. The cities and regions who signed this document swore that they would not rest until the last Spanish soldier would be removed from these 17 provinces. And so they did. And quite successfully, they started driving out the Spanish. And by 1577, some cities like Antwerp, Ghent and Brussels had become autonomous Protestant city republics. The new governor, Don Juan, and King Philip just had to give in. But King Philip had another trick up his sleeve. When Don Juan died of typhus, he appointed Alexander Farnese as new governor. This guy pulled the oldest trick in the book: divide and conquer. The rebel camp broke up in two parties: the Union of Utrecht, again loyal to the king, and the Union of Utrecht, the rebels. Now, this Union of Utrecht consisted largely of the present Netherlands and Flanders. And at this point, Alexander Farnese started a pretty successful military campaign to reconquer these rebellious regions and its cities one by one. The net around Antwerp was tightening.